Happy Wednesday, and let's see what the market's doing now. As you guys can see here in the bond market on TOT on the daily time frame, we currently came up and hit that upper resistance line right in here. Popped above it for like a little bit, now we're down below, retesting the giant moving average. If TLT manages to find support on the giant moving average and break back above the pattern, most likely your price target will be, if you measure from here to here, going up to where it most likely will break out, you guys will see a possible price of $90.23. Congratulations, TLT. Here's your 2-year yield. Nothing very eventful happening, but because the bond market is starting to jump around a little bit, this one should start moving more too. Because the bond market, when it makes a big move, starts rippling on the other markets because the bond market is the biggest market. Here's your 10-year yield. You guys got rejected and broke out of the pattern to the downside for your less inflation. You guys now have a price target of, we'll be a little bit safer, move it here, of 4.032%. Cool. Most likely you guys will come down and bounce on this trend line here, and then we'll find out if it bounces or breaks through. Here's your S&P 500. Yes, I did adjust the lines again just to have more contact points. You can see the line starts all the way back here and bounces all along it. And that would make that a very, very strong line. Here, we're just waiting for it to break something. As you can see, this blue line up here just shows that it's getting rejected a whole bunch of times at this one point, which means it's a topping pattern called a triple top, where it hits something 3 or more times. That's a triple top pattern. All that has to do now is get rejected and then keep going lower. We'll find out tomorrow, most likely, if it gets a full rejection. Then if you break out of this pattern to the downside, then most likely you'll come down and say hello to the giant moving average. Here is your NASDAQ. You guys broke down out of the pattern. Now you are retesting. Still, not a full rejection yet to identify where you are most likely to go. You guys are still retesting the trend line that you guys broke down out of. Now all you have to do is get rejected, and most likely you will come down to this blue line, which the 200-day moving average, the giant yellow line, will most likely meet up with. And then, most likely, because you are above the giant moving average, a bounce will happen. Make sure to like and subscribe on this content because this does take a little bit to set up. Anyways, Dow Jones Industrial Average, I said most likely you guys are going to wick up and hit the price target. Would you look at that? You wicked up, hit the price target, and then you even opened up above and then came back down. If you change this to a line chart, you'll see you just went flat right at the price target. Amazing. Now, most likely your Dow Jones will come back down and retest this blue line that was previously resistance and is now support. If it finds support on there, it may go higher. Here's your Bitcoin. You guys are most likely going to retest the accumulation zone down here. We will see if you guys find support again. If you guys make a pattern, there will be a clearer way to tell which way Bitcoin is most likely to go. Right now, it's like trying to trade using a line. Very hard to identify where you're going to go. Here's your XRP. It is just sitting on this line. We will see if it breaks down below. Then it will most likely just go lower. I did not see an accumulation zone on XRP until all the way down here at about 60 cents. Other than that, it looks like this will mostly be a free fall for XRP, but we will see what happens. Here's your gold. You guys can see this trend line goes way back there. Very strong support. Your gold is starting to top out a little bit, it looks like. Maybe curl over. We will see. And if it does, then we have a pattern that we have to worry about, which I will draw out When I see a rejection on here, then I'll draw it out. And if your gold comes back down and retests this trend line here and breaks through it, that pattern will most likely break out and you guys will not be very happy about it. Here is your silver. It went and filled the gap as predicted previously. Amazing. Now your silver may be out of momentum and most likely come back down and retest this line. Now, for the giant line that's down here, this is a much stronger support line. This one's a little weak. It may just break through this line and then slowly come down and hit this zone. Also on your silver, it's the same pattern as gold that's sitting here, but I will not draw it yet because I do not see it completely set up yet. Maybe I will draw it on Friday, so be sure to come back on Friday. Now, for your overall markets, your bond market started having a little cough here and there, sent a little ripple out, so your Nasdaq moved a little bit. Your S&P 500 is still staying inside of that pattern, trying to get a higher high in there. Dow Jones looks like it's curling over. Gold and silver, your solid assets, look like they have ran out of momentum. So overall, looks like your bond market may start waking up and you guys may see a healthier market coming to you soon. Economy wise, when your assets start flying through the roof, that's not a very good sign. And you guys already feel that paying a whole bunch on groceries. But we will see how much more everything changes on Friday.